morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Tanks and Tutties. Take number 2, presented by Tubbs and Franke. We had a slight hiccup there that nobody will ever hear. Only you and I will know. It was kind of funny. But we are finished with the first 2 rounds of March Madness. We'll be talking about that today, of course. Got a little bit of baseball stuff that's not necessarily related to baseball, so we'll get into that later. But first, how was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty good. Thursday and Friday was spent working from the couch, watching basketball, which was great. There was a region that was being hosted here in Memphis with the Clemson, New Mexico, Baylor, Colgate, Nebraska, Texas A&M, Houston, and Longwood games. And I've been keeping an eye on tickets. They got down to $6 for Friday night's games between Texas A&M and Nebraska, and then the Houston and Longwood games. So I decided, Paige and I got some tickets. We went and watched those games. And I will just say I have never seen a away stadium seem such like a home crowd in a home game. Javi, I'll give you credit. Nebraska fans travel very well. The stadium was completely red with Nebraska fans. At times you would not know that they were losing by 15 to 20 points in the game. Nebraska was fun. I'm not going to lie. I definitely had to keep my eye on the scoreboard because they were fun and I was cheering for them. But yeah, Nebraska ended up losing. I'm kind of upset because all week I talked about how I thought there was no chance Nebraska was going to win that game and Texas A&M was going to just stomp them. And then I got talked into betting Nebraska, and I bet a decent amount of money on Nebraska and lost quite a bit. Luckily, Tominaga lit up the scoreboard in the first 3 minutes, so that helped me out. And then the Houston-Longwood game, I think I stayed we stayed for about the first half, and it was such a blowout, and Wisconsin was playing, so I left and basically wanted to just drown myself due to Wisconsin. And then Saturday, I competed in a beer Olympics. I was on Team Canada. First beer Olympics that I've ever been in. Team Canada placed 3rd, I believe.
Out of how many countries?
4.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was rough. Team wasn't helping me out. But it was fun. Got some shirts. And then Sunday, I prepped for fantasy baseball draft, played some video games, and yeah, had our fantasy baseball draft. So that was my weekend. I'm excited to hear your weekend. How was it?
It was eventful, let's just say. First of all, I don't know if you can see that, Austin, on my screen there. You see that little animal right there?
Yeah.
We've got a new roommate. We have a cat now. So my sister brought her cat over the weekend. It's not been bad so far. She's been a good cat. The only problem is her litter box is in here. I don't know if you see that little thing right there. So I can't close my door. My sister just got home, so I apologize if you hear anything. But anyways, back to my weekend. Friday, we went to the Sioux, obviously, for our annual bowling tournament / casino extravaganza. And drove up Friday. On the way there, we were sweating Northwestern money line. That was an absolute crazy sweat, but it was awesome. And then I want to say, what do we do? We got to our Airbnb. Usually we stay at the casino, but they had no rooms because there was a concert. So we got to the Airbnb, started cracking some drinks, claiming rooms. And then Friday night, took off to the casino, sat down at a blackjack table. And it was, so they had $10 minimum tables that I usually play, but they were mostly full. So I asked my buddy, I said, hey, you want to go play 20 with me? He was like, sure. So we sat down, and in 20 minutes, we went on an absolute fucking tear. It was insane. I was hitting every double, every split, and I kept telling myself, because I had to pee real bad, because what we ended up doing was I realized I had a free room voucher that said it was available on Friday night, and they had rooms Friday night. So we got a room specifically just to leave beer in and then go drink beer for free. Well, not for free, but for cheaper in the room, and then go do shots in the room and stuff, which is always what I do. Like when we're staying in the casino, I do that. If I'm losing, go take a break, collect yourself. But I was winning, so I was like, man, I just want to go have a beer and relax and celebrate the winnings. So I kept telling myself, all right, I lose 2 in a row. I got to pee. I'll go pee. I'll grab a beer, have some fun. And it took forever to lose 2 in a row. And then this new dealer came in and waxed us. So that was pretty great to go up early like that. And then before going to the room, I went and placed some bets. We had talked about Tominaga's threes. And I was like, oh, I'm fucking hammering. And then who brought that up, by the way? Did I?
You brought up
Yeah.
Tominaga's 3.
So I waited till we got to the casino because when you're at the casino, you can't use DraftKings because it's a reservation. So I was like, all right, I'll just place it. They had the kiosks. It was minus 175 at the kiosk just to straight bet the threes. So I was like, oh, I'll just add the total points because you did that. I made those parlays for you because you can't bet player props in Tennessee. So I was like, oh, I'll just throw on the total points. Nope, they didn't offer that. So I was like, I guess I'll take Nebraska money line. Unfortunately, Tominaga hit his threes very quickly, but Nebraska didn't
literally
win the
in
game.
like the first 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yep. So that was a loser. And then I believe maybe I asked you for bets or you gave me bets. At this point, it's a little fuzzy. But I took the over in the Creighton game, maybe. I don't remember. But then I rode Wisconsin with you, so that one was disappointing. And then we did so I'll speed up. I'm not going to go through the entire weekend. But we did the casino's the main part. We didn't go back Saturday. So we did a parlay with everybody. We all threw in $10, and so we had a $70 3-leg parlay, which it didn't change the payout per person. It was just kind of fun to say, oh, we had a $70 parlay. And then it was Tominaga's threes, and then it was the over in the Houston-Longwood game that hit by 2 points. And then somebody made a point. They were like, ooh, the Alabama over-under is 173. That's really high. Let's take the under. That game soared over. They scored like 200 fucking points. So our parlay died. But yeah, I mean, some people, there's good stories with people getting too drunk. I'll tell you about later. We won't bore the listeners with that one. But then, yes, Saturday we bowled. I won the Hold'em tournament Saturday night back at the house, so that was sweet. And then Sunday bowled again. Sunday was team event, actually, and we bowled really fucking good. Everybody bowled good. I think we're currently, so this weekend they run it from December to June. So we're right in the middle of it pretty much. And we're currently in 4th place for team event, or 3rd place. It's either 3rd or 4th. There's some different stories that I'm hearing, but if we hold top 10, that'll be some decent money back around June. So I'll be able to go play some golf with that money, hopefully. And then Sunday just drove back. Had to draft on my phone for the majority of our fantasy baseball draft. There's a couple auto picks in there. I'm not gonna lie to you. So what happened with the Kellenic pick is that I added him to my queue, and just for like hey, don't forget about this guy later. And then I missed my pick, so it auto-drafted Kellenic. That's why he got taken so early. It was supposed to be
it's not a terrible pick. It's just in the
I didn't want him that early,
round,
though. There was so many other
bad.
people I wanted. And then my major, not even like sleeper, because I knew we have Tigers fans in that league. I was like, oh, Colt Keith, I got to grab him. Like, he's going to be a fucking stud. I'm going to want to root for him. And I shit you not, I sat there at my pick, and I was like, ooh, do I take him or is it too early? And then I saw I don't even remember. I took somebody I'll probably drop him in the first 2 weeks. And I was like, I'll get him next round. And then boom, 4 picks later, there he goes. I was pissed about that. But yeah, I got back Sunday, man, pretty much just crashed, unpacked my shit, and fell asleep. It's a long weekend. I got a total of 8 hours sleep Friday, Saturday night. So
did you finish the weekend up or down?
Oh, so that was the other thing I wanted to say. I finished down, but not by a lot. So you got, you buy your beer, your food. We went out to eat. Shout out to Dad, though. He paid for my B-dubs. That was really nice of him. And then you're bowling shit. Like, I did some brackets and other things. So, but the strictly the casino part, I was almost even. So I ended up losing after I went up real early, which is honestly, I wish I would have lost early and then got up late because I would have been more inclined to stop. But, I went up early, and then I bought a round of shots because it was one of our buddies' birthdays that was there. And then we were playing pool, gambling on the pool. So, but strictly the gambling, I was almost even for the night around, like, I want to say it was midnight, and I noticed guys were just gone. So I was like, it's like I could chase it, but then it could get worse. So I'm really proud of myself. I didn't chase, and I walked out of there just a little down, but I also bought beers, shots, like, so technically on the gambling, I think I was up.
I didn't really hear much about this weekend, so I knew it was either really good or really bad. Because usually
it was literally
it
was literally like middle. There was none of those. Like last year, I had a bunch of those huge wins. Remember, like I killed it last year, but there was none of like blackjack. We did good, but I didn't do like holy shit, I got to text Austin.
Well, and then, you called me Friday, and it was about do you not remember this?
I might. I browned out Friday. There's some stuff I remember, some stuff I don't.
Okay, so you called me Friday when I was going to have you place all of my Tominaga winnings on Wisconsin. And, like, I was at the game, and you were talking to me, and you're like, yeah, bro, look, I'm up 400 on just blackjack. And Paige was like, I hope you walked away. You're like, I did. I learned. And I was, like, trying to talk to you, and I was like, I can barely hear you. And you're like, why? And I was like, I'm at the game. You're like, you're at the game? And I was like, yeah, the Nebraska A&M game is here. You're like, wait, you got tickets for that? And I was like, yeah. And you were surprised that I was there, even though we talked about it earlier in the day in the group chat.
Yeah, I don't think I was ever up 400 either, so I was exaggerating there. It wasn't 400, but I don't remember that phone call.
Yeah,
so
you were like, you were slurring.
I browned out
a little
but
bit.
I didn't black out.
Yeah, you were slurring a little bit, and you were like, I'm so fucked, bro. And I was like, yeah, I know.
Yep. And then, but honestly, like, for the weekend, I finished up because that was the other thing. I hit a mystery game at the bowling, which is they randomly pull a game for the winner. And then they did a strike pot. So if your ticket got drawn, you threw a strike, you got the pot. If you didn't throw a strike, you got half the pot. So me and my dad decided to split it, and the pot was like $250, and my number got drawn, and I was locked in. And I didn't feel nervous, but I must have gotten nervous because I thought I threw a good ball, but it never hooked back, and I only got 7. So that was $120, $60 each. But yeah, I got home Sunday, and then Monday before work, I kind of looked, and I was like, oh, I did all right for myself. So, because usually I go up there and I just fucking spend, you know? You take what you can lose, and then you get back, and you're like, man, I wish I took less. So
yeah.
But it's a great weekend. It always is, and wasn't as good as last year, but in terms of the money. But yeah, hopefully we finish good in the team event. So, all right, I went way too long as usual for my fucking weekend recap. So let's get into locks and long shots. I'm gonna fly just since I just went so long. So I had Duquesne. That's how you actually say it, by the way. I figured that out. Duquesne. Yep. I think that's how you said you're supposed to say it.
I think so.
Plus 9.5 was my lock. They won fucking outright. I'm pissed because I fucking took BYU in the bracket. I convinced us to take BYU in our bracket. And then.
Well, I convinced us to take BYU, and then you tried to talk me into Duquesne, and then we had too many 11 seeds. So then you're like, fuck it, we're taking BYU.
Yep. Which I shouldn't have. So this week, opening day is Thursday. Not much to say other than I'm going to be way too high on the Tigers per usual, and we're going to take a -1.5. That's Thursday. I believe that's like -105 for the spread. Scubo's on the mound. He's starting his Cy Young case. And we're going to go ahead and ride that fucking horse till it drops dead. And then our long shots, 2-11-1. Not fucking good. Still open. Just mentioned it. Scuba Cy Young. I had McNeese money line against Gonzaga. They rolled. Gonzaga rolled. They looked good. They fucking handled Kansas. I forgot to mention in the recap, I watched a lot of basketball. It was on at the bowling alley. It was on at the house. A lot of basketball, which is, to be assumed when it comes to me watching sports. This week, I made another season-long long shot. I like the Tigers to win the Central. This is a heart pick, just like all my other season-long long shots, except for Torque. Torque, there was some research in that. But yeah, plus 350 is just too good when you look at the other teams in that division and how easily they could shit out. So the only team beating us is the Twins, and we're going to beat them. So plus 350. Your locks and long shots.
I'm just going to put it simply. I got absolutely fucking rolled this weekend on both my locks and my long shots. Locks, I'm now 13-9. I had Kentucky to make the Sweet 16. They lost in the first round. Had Wisconsin -5. They lost outright. Just gross. Both gross. I should have known with Wisconsin. We'll talk about that later. This week, I'm adding the Braves-Phillies Nerfy on Thursday. That is no runs first inning for those not familiar with the term. Spencer Strider versus Zach Wheeler. Opening day. It's that easy. Simple 6 outs. We're back to the simple 6 out season. Let's start it off with a bang. And then I'm also going to throw in Twins Royals Nerfy on Thursday. This one is a little bit more research. I guess not really research, but Pablo Lopez Good pitcher, gets a lot of Ks. He's going against the Royals. I don't think the Royals lineup is really that threatening. I mean, they're going to be frisky, but I don't think they're going to be amazing, and it's against Pablo Lopez. And then the Twins lineup is decent. Obviously, like Jake said, they could win the Central. They could also just shit out. But Cole Reagans is very, I don't want to say I don't want to say underrated. He's getting a lot of hype this spring. He was really good at the end of the year last year. He's got some electric stuff. All we need is 3 outs from him without giving up a run. I think Pablo Lopez can do that. Like I said, simple 6 outs, starting it with a bang. And then long shots, 5 and 17, pretty gross. Still open, Marvin Harrison to be drafted by the Bears, like I said last week. That's a L pretty much. And then Juan Soto, regular season home run leader, plus 900. I had Auburn to make Final Four. They lost outright. I had Charleston money line. They lost outright as well. This week, I am adding the Orioles race to 10 wins at plus 800. The thing with this is the Padres and the Dodgers already have a leg up. They each have 1 win, so they only need 9 wins. But the Royals start the Orioles start the season with, I would say, one of the easier schedules. They start with a 3-game series against the Angels in Baltimore. Then they go a 3-game series in Baltimore against the Royals. Then they go to Pittsburgh for 3 games, and then they come back to Boston and play the Red Sox for 3 games. I think out of those 4 series alone, they could easily get 10 wins. It's just whether the Dodgers and the Padres can get 9 wins in their first couple series, but they have some tougher starts to the season. So I like the Orioles to make a push there on that. I think that plus 800 is like 3rd or 4th best odds.
I was just going to say, your race to 10 last year, you hit it.
I did.
So you kind of have to tail. The man's hot.
I took the Rays last year, and they ended up starting the season 13-0. So,
Yep.
I mean, I did very minimal research on this other than looking at schedules. But, and then I'm also going to add the Tigers-Orioles moneyline parlay for Thursday. I will back your Tigers, which is probably a horrible idea because every time I bet on the Tigers, they fuck me.
No. They got the job done today.
No, they didn't. They were up 3-2.
No, a push is a win because they were down 3-0 or 2-0, made it 3-2, and yeah, they gave up a run, but a push is a win when you're down 2-0 going into the 8th.
Either way, I don't know if I've ever won a bet when I bet on the Tigers. So this is why it's going on the long
another
shots.
Incorrect one, sir. Hang on, I got another one. Remember your big spring training moneyline parlay that you had? It was like $5 for 800 or some shit, or was it 200?
I don't remember.
Either way, remember that one? You had Tigers moneyline in it.
Oh, last year, the first ever spring training that I put out last season?
No, I think it was 2 years ago. We were living at Locale, and you hit the fuck. It was on. I literally remember everything. I think it was for 200. I remember it. Yeah,
and
it was like 5 for 200, and you had Tigers money line in it.
Okay, that's fair. Either way,
done and done.
It's a long shot, but Orioles, they have Corbin Burns against the Angels. Angels aren't good, even though Mike Trout's there yet. Yeah, I mean, not much to say about it. So that's what I'm going with. I will say I almost took the Twins over 16.5 wins in April. It's like plus 115 or something like that. They have a pretty easy schedule. So, I don't know. Keep an eye on that one. But
that parlay, you know what you can call that?
What?
You can call that the AL Cy Young race parlay.
That's a good one.
Scooble and Burns. There you go. Boom. All right, let's get moving. We spent way too long on our locks and long shots, and, well, we can recap. That was my fault. I apologize. Let's do kind of like a quick March Madness rundown. Obviously, everybody watches March Madness, so we don't need to recap every game. Let's just kind of talk about the big-time upsets / kind of what we saw / what we needed, I guess. So I'll start. Saturday was the chalkiest day of all time. I saw that Vegas got absolutely fucking rinsed. But the thing that I have a problem with when I saw that, I saw like the Caesars VP of gambling or whatever said they got rinsed. All the favorites won. Every parlay hit. Do you think that many people put out the heavy favorites parlays that they got rinsed that bad? Because not all the favorites covered.
I don't know. I know that the public has been...
Public was 34-13.
Yeah, the public's been killing it, which is bad for the books.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I would assume that there's been enough moneyline parlays with favorites. I don't know. I threw out a couple.
Well, because I saw... So, Saturday... Who played Saturday? The big one was that Oakland covered. They were +6 against NC State. Colorado covered against Marquette. That was another Saturday game. Or was that Sunday?
Colorado.
Duke was Sunday. Houston was Sunday. UConn was Sunday. San Diego State and Yale was Sunday. Duquesne and
Illinois, Iowa State. Not Arizona. Texas and Tennessee. Creighton and
Tennessee.
Oregon. Purdue, Utah State.
That was Sunday.
Kansas.
Either way,
Gonzaga.
It doesn't matter. The only point that I wanted to make was that it was so chalky and it was boring. But not necessarily boring. I do like that we have a lot of those bigger teams remaining because last year's championship game sucked. UConn and San Diego State, and then even San Diego State and FAU was a shitty game. I would rather watch North Carolina Purdue in the championship than fucking SDSU and UConn last year. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Chalk isn't bad. It's bad when I predict not chalk in my bracket. It doesn't hit. But
so
let's see.
Did you hear the stat? So we got all 1s and 2 seeds into the Sweet 16 for only the 5th or 6th time in history.
That is crazy. I wish I knew this, and honestly, it's hilarious too. So in my work bracket challenge, these guys are coming to my office because in my office, I'm the sports guy, just because like I always have Sports Center on at lunch when I'm eating, and then they always come to me to ask, how are the teams looking, and you excited for this? Like, so I'm just their sports guy, and they're like, oh, Jake's gonna win the 1,000. He knows everything. Blah blah blah. I'm like, dude. You could have a 6-year-old kid join this, and he could win it because it's March Madness. It doesn't matter. And they're like, no, we know you're going to win it. Congratulations, man, blah, blah, blah. And then my bracket's shit now. I'm in the 74th percentile because I tried to predict all these upsets that didn't happen. And then fucking, I'm not even going to say a name because, it's a coworker, but they come to my office today, and they're like, damn, Jake, I can't believe I'm beating you. He's in first place. He literally went all chalk, dude. But now his bracket looks awesome because he's got all the 1s and 2s left. I think he only had 2 wrong in his fucking Sweet 16. No, sorry, that's incorrect. He has 1 Elite 8 missing. No, fuck. 1 Elite 8 team not remaining. Does that make sense?
Yeah, he lost 1 Elite 8 team.
He lost 1 Elite. Yep, he had Kentucky.
Yeah.
So, yeah, anyways, real chalky weekend. The couple of things I wanted to mention were just kind of my parlays and where they fucked me. So, Saturday after bowling, I was buzzing a little bit, and I live bet the Oregon Creighton under. So one of the guys on our trip was big into live betting unders. And he's like, Jake, you got to get on this and blah, blah, blah. And I've learned my lesson when people tell me they have a system, it ends up not working. But I thought back to when we were in Vegas and that guy's system worked for us. We went fucking like 8-0, 9-0 or something, right? So I was like, I'll try it. And it started hitting a little bit. So then he was like, take the Oregon Creighton under. I was just watching. They're playing real slow. I was like, all right, I'll bet it. So I bet it. And that game was going to go way under. And then it went to double overtime and went over. So that pissed me off. And then I had a 7-leg parlay, $5 for 208, something like that. The only leg to miss, this was on day 1 and 2, I believe, is what I did. The only leg to miss was Auburn spread because, as you guys know, last week I was incredibly high on Auburn, and they.
I think everybody was.
They fucking looked like shit.
Well,
Yale looked
so
great.
Keeping on the Auburn thing, I think what we should have realized is I think a lot of people were so high on Auburn because what they did in the SEC tournament, but they didn't play Kentucky, Florida, or no, they didn't play Kentucky, they didn't play Tennessee, and they didn't play Bama in the SEC tournament. They didn't play either of the top 3 teams. Granted, they played South Carolina and they played Florida, but they didn't really get a true test. I feel like there's such a different tier between Kentucky, Bama, and Tennessee and those other teams. And we got so high on Auburn because they won the SEC and they looked good that we also forgot that maybe they weren't playing the best SEC teams.
I forgot to keep adding. Didn't we do final and winner predictions?
Well, we
on the
made
past
3.
episode?
We made 3 brackets.
No, I know we made brackets, but I thought
which are
when we
all
did the
fucking
hobby episode-
dead.
No. Hang on. Time out.
Do we
Groups,
not? Did we not have
let's go to our
Auburn in our?
They're not
No, we
dead.
didn't actually.
They're not dead. So you've got the second bracket is the only one that has a shot, really. The one with Arizona winning it. Or no, the other 2 both have a shot. They both have 15-20 max. We really need Tennessee to win it, though. We're the only person with Tennessee.
Yep.
So in order to win it, we need Tennessee. I can't believe that Paige is in first. But see, she also only has 15-20 max, so we can at the very least tie her.
Yep.
You just got to worry about those 17-10, 17-50s there.
I will say, out of all of my brackets, my most successful one is the one that I autofilled with the popular picks. So, and the one that I did research in, I have 390 points with a max of 1310 because I had Auburn in my championship.
Yep, my work bracket is pretty fucked. Yeah, safe to say I won't be getting any of that money.
A couple
But-
games Go ahead.
Well, I still have, that's Elite 8. There's 2 Elite 8s there. There's 4.
This is my deep research. Blue is wrong.
I have 6 of 8 left for my Elite 8, so that's not horrible. Blue's wrong. Wow.
Yeah.
That's tough.
So I lost
There was a lot more
FAU,
blue than yellow.
Auburn, BYU, Charleston, New Mexico, Nevada, Colorado, Samford, Florida, Kentucky, and Wisconsin all in the first round. I had Kentucky all the way to my Elite 8. I had Wisconsin in the Sweet 16, BYU, Auburn, Grand Canyon, and New Mexico in the Sweet 16. And then I lost Auburn to the championship, Grand Canyon to the Elite 8.
Let's do this. What was the best game you watched? And then we got to talk about the Michigan news really quick. But what was the best game you watched over the weekend, in your opinion?
Probably, I don't know. The Samford-Kansas game was really good, but so was Gonzaga-Kansas. I think those are probably 2 of my
Gonzaga, Kansas,
the best ones. Yeah, but it was tight for a really long time. I mean, the Texas A&M Nebraska game was electric. Worst game I watched all weekend. I know you didn't ask for this, but worst game I watched all weekend. I didn't watch it. I watched the game recap in 10 minutes. Was the Bama Grand Canyon game. That game was
that was the second best
shit
game
show.
of the weekend.
No,
that was the second best game. Of the
that
weekend.
was the worst basketball I've ever watched.
Bro, are we talking about the same game here?
Yeah, it was fun, but I'm saying in terms
Grand
of
Canyon
actual,
pulled it back and went up 2, and then Bama said, "Let me suffocate you."
Yes,
and
but
went
it
on
was
a run.
the
crowd was
sloppiest-
electric.
But it was the sloppiest fucking
No,
basketball I've ever watched in my life.
Hard disagree. That was going to be my second best of the weekend. That fucking game.
I mean, it was fun, yeah.
I think if you actually watched the game, you wouldn't be saying this. I feel like the recap
I
didn't do it
didn't.
justice.
So I didn't watch any games on Sunday. I just got too preoccupied, and then
I watched
Saturday I
almost
only
all
watched
of them
3 of them.
No, the Grand Canyon Bama game was actually awesome. Bama pulled away in the last 2 minutes, but Grand Canyon went on a 12-2 run, and that crowd was rocking. I thought they were going to win it. But my worst game, without a doubt, was Texas-Colorado State. That game was borderline unwatchable Thursday night. The final score was 56-44, just to let you know. Colorado State had I think they had 17 points in the first half.
Oh, yeah.
Horrible.
Well,
and
so
then
people
my
are
actual
wondering.
best game. Go ahead.
People are wondering if Virginia is cursing teams, and it's like you can pass the curse on because Virginia played Colorado State, and Virginia only scored like 11 points in the first half. Colorado State then went on to play Texas. They only scored like 17 points in the first half. Texas went on to play Tennessee. They only scored like 19 points in the first half. So I'm a little worried about Tennessee in the first half against Creighton this week.
Got to keep an eye. That's going to be a good game. My actual best game of the weekend, the Kansas-Samford looked awesome, but I didn't watch it. I fell asleep, unfortunately.
Samford got
I'm kind of glad I
fucked.
fell asleep. Because I had Samford money line, so I would have been fucking livid seeing that. But Kentucky-Oakland. Kentucky-Oakland was my best game of the weekend. Partial bias, I guess, because Oakland's in Michigan, but I watched that whole game start to finish at the bar on Thursday, and the end of that game, Kentucky was just banging ridiculous threes, and then Oakland just fucking outlasted them. That game was awesome. But yeah, I feel like the second round was lackluster. But I thought Oakland was going to get NC State and go to the Sweet 16. I got a little thing for Oakland because there was a kid from Hazlitt that plays on Oakland. So,
well,
but he's a
DJ
bum. He dropped
Burns
4 and then 7.
DJ Burns for NC State is pretty fucking awesome too.
Is that the big boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of him. All right, that pretty much wraps up March Madness, right? Pretty nicely.
Yeah, we don't have to talk
Put a
about
little
any
bow
other
on
games.
Oh, we do have one more. I didn't watch a lick of it because I was on the tables or playing pool, but Wisconsin got rolled.
Yeah. That's what happens when you have like 17 turnovers. I had it on my phone for a little bit, and then we got home and I watched it. We couldn't hold on to the ball, missing layups left and right. For some reason, AJ Storr was not in the game when we were making our run, and it was blasphemous. I mean, AJ Storr is our best player, and he was on the bench. Like, he only had 2 fouls and just wasn't on the floor for a big chunk of time. Didn't make any sense to me. JMU didn't even shoot that well, to be honest. I think Wisconsin
41% from the field.
I think Wisconsin actually shot better on field goal percentage. No.
Close, though. JMU, I got it up right now. JMU was 41%. Wisconsin was 37%.
Yeah, it was disgusting. Personally, I hope we fire Greg Gard. I'm just so sick of we go through these spurts every season where we're so good and then we're so bad. And we have not done anything in March Madness since like the first 2 seasons of Greg Gard, and those players were probably still Bo Ryan's players. We can't recruit. There's so many guys that have been in-state. Tyrese Halliburton, Tyler Hero. Jack Golke. He's from Wisconsin. Didn't recruit him.
That dude's a fucking dog. We didn't even talk about him.
Yeah, just we can't recruit under Gard. I hope he's gone. We're already losing transfers. I'm afraid that Storr's going to transfer out. Honestly, so the biggest thing that doesn't make sense to me, we have this guy, Connor Essegian. Last year he was playing like 27 minutes a game, averaging like 12, 13 points a game. Not bad, not great. He didn't start a majority of the games last year. I think he started like 12 of the 30 whatever games we played. A lot of them came at the end of the year where he started. So he was starting to make some impacts. He didn't start a single game this year and was averaging like 6 minutes a game. And he didn't play against JMU. I don't know what is going on there. He is now transferring. I don't know. I feel like that would have been a good role player to have, and just to not start him a single game and only play him 6 minutes after playing him like 27 minutes last year doesn't make any sense to me. So I hope Gard is gone. I hope we get a good recruiting class. I hope we get a coach that can recruit. Not going to lie, there's some names that have been thrown out there that I would be really interested to see.
Was one of them Shaka Smart?
No. Nate Oates, though.
Isn't moving? He's not moving.
He's got a big buyout, but he's from Wisconsin. TJ Osselberger from Iowa State. He's also from Wisconsin.
That's fair. I can see that.
And then
I'm gonna say it right now. If you could bet it, nuclear hammer lock of the century, Nate Oates stays at Bama.
I mean, yeah, probably.
He's got it made down there.
We could also go out and get Jay Wright. I mean, Jay
Wright ain't moving.
He's an analyst. He's not a coach.
I know. He loves his job. I watched him.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of coaching changes, Michigan obviously fired Juwan. I think we talked about that. Maybe not. But they got their guy. They got the coach from FAU. I don't know shit about him. I just know that I was
Dusty
rooting
May.
Incredibly hard against him on Thursday because I had Northwestern money line. But this is good. It's a fresh start. It's kind of nice to have a Michigan hire that isn't connected to the university at all. You know, he didn't play at Michigan or already coached there, whatever.
January, February, Izzo, April, May.
That's good. I'm going to start using that. It's already rumored that we're going to get a couple of FAU's guys. We'll see how that transitions into the Big Ten. We'll see who we can go get.
I'll throw this out there. If you guys get Vlad, first off, Vlad would be Vlad Golden. He's like 7'2", yeah, for
no shit.
FAU. He's huge.
ED 2.0. There's always got to be one of those fuckers in the Big Ten, and guess what? There's nobody next year.
No, false. Purdue already has one.
No way. They got another one lined up.
Purdue has another one. I'm pretty sure he's Swedish.
Oh, that's not fucking fair.
That's not fucking fair. First off, Vlad would be dumb as fuck to leave the beaches of Florida to go to Michigan. And also, I would be really scared if Vlad was at Michigan.
I want to see what this guy looks like. Oh, when did they play? They played Friday, right?
Yeah. No.
Why can't I find
Thursday.
it? No, they played Friday because we were in the car. There we go. I got it.
Oh, yeah.
Vlad Golden?
Golden.
Vlad
yeah.
Golden? Or is it Goldin?
No, it's Golden.
Let's see. 7'1", 240 from Russia. Oh, come on over. Oh, I watched this dude. He had a fucking... What was his free throw percentage for the year? Yeah, so his free throw percentage for the year was 61%, and he shot 82% in the Northwestern game. It was driving me fucking insane.
Yeah, no, he's good.
Yeah, I hope he comes over. What did he average this year? He averaged 15 a game, 7 boards, a couple blocks. I love it. Bring him over. I'm down. Vladislav Goldin.
Not happening.
Vladislav. I love it. All right, let's get moving then. That's enough basketball for me, yeah?
Wait, last thing. Any updated championship pick?
I'm still riding with Zona. Zona's been my dogs from the start.
I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit worried of Purdue and UConn.
Purdue did look really good. And it's making... I don't know if I said it on the episode, but I did say if Purdue's going to get it done, it's going to be this year. Because I was watching them, man. The way Edey kicks that ball out and their sharpshooters are scoring, yeah, I could see Purdue getting it done. Who was your other one?
UConn.
They did look good too. Yeah.
Granted, they haven't really played anybody, but
they're not flashy. They just kind of handle their business, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Purdue hasn't played anybody either, though. They beat Grambling and then they beat Utah State. Let's see how they do.
Yeah, but they beat Utah State by like 39.
Actually, it was 39. Yeah, I live bet them minus 36.5. That was kind of nice. Parlayed it with an NIT pick. I don't know what I was doing Sunday. It hit though. That's the thing, man. These 1 seeds haven't played anybody. Houston though, they played A&M. They had the toughest out of the 1 seeds, I think, right?
Yeah.
I'd say A&M was tougher than MSU for North Carolina. So, yeah. All right, moving on then. Ohtani. Why don't you give the rundown of what happened quick, and then I'm going to give... I don't even think it's a hot take anymore. I've seen it everywhere, and I don't even think I made it first. I think you made the hot take, and then I was just like, oh, yeah, that's a good one.
So, news came out... Ohtani's interpreter has been fired. He was $4.5 million in debt to an illegal bookie in California. That first the news came out that Ohtani wired the money to the bookie to pay off the interpreter's debt. And then it kind of got jumbled around, and then it was actually the interpreter stole $4.5 million. It was a massive theft, and Ohtani was not involved at all. And it's also come out that the interpreter said he went to UC Irvine, I believe. The campus has no recollection of him ever attending there. There's no records that he went there. Apparently, he went to a gambling school and dropped out and has a massive gambling addiction. It's just been very weird the way things have been coming out, and the fact that after this report came out, Ohtani and the interpreter were seen on the bench like talking and laughing with each other. Just seems weird. Like, I don't think I'd be laughing with a guy who just stole $4.5 million from me if that was actually the truth.
You would have to pull him away from me.
And also, like, if he truly did steal the money from Ohtani, Ohtani has quite possibly the worst best friend, worst interpreter, worst accountant, worst manager, worst agent. Oh, and the worst bank for not catching this. It just, I don't know. It's so odd. It does not make any sense to me.
Here's the thing. What if it was super recent, though, and it's like they're hot on it? Did they say the date when the $4.5 million was used, or was it over time it was $4.5 million?
I don't know for sure. I think it was over time. But it's just like, first off, his interpreter apparently makes $200,000 a year. What bookie is letting an interpreter who's making $200,000 a year get a $4.5 million credit line to gamble? Mm-hmm. That doesn't make any sense to me.
He knew Ohtani would have his back.
Yeah, but what bookie is going to be like, yeah.
Are they saying that Ohtani covered him and then was like, oh, he stole from... Is the story that he stole or that Ohtani covered him? I've seen both.
It started out as that Ohtani covered him, and it's changed to now that the interpreters stole from him.
How do you just let $4.5 million go, though? You know what I mean? And that's where I think it was your hot take, right? About Ohtani being the one gambling and the interpreter took the fall for it.
That's what I think. There was a thing on Twitter I saw where it was like, to put it in terms of somebody that was $1,000 unit better, $4.5 million to Ohtani would be $63 to a $1,000 unit better. Just based on his salary, yeah. So, I don't know. Personally, I didn't watch the Ohtani statement that he made yesterday.
He didn't say shit. He danced around everything and never really answered any of the questions.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It's just, they asked, so there's the report that came out on ESPN, and they were texting with the interpreter, and he said, obviously this is all my fault, everything I've done, I'm ready to face the consequences. And then they asked him, when did Ohtani become aware of the situation? He said, they told me I can't answer anything. They said, Ohtani's representatives, are they representing you? He said, no. They said, are you taking any form of payment to tell me these things? He said, no again. They said, have you made any agreement to say these things? No. You're doing this all on your own volition and free will? Yes. Did you bet on baseball? No. Did you lie to Shohei? Yes. And then it also came out that he said he wasn't betting on baseball, but he was betting on international soccer and like a bunch of other sports. I don't know. It just seems odd.
It's fishy.
Yeah, and the MLB is not even investigating it.
I mean, if Shohei was the one betting, if he doesn't stop, he's going to get caught eventually. And that's probably the MLB's stance. Is like, if you're a gambling addict, then you're just going to keep going. And if this was a wake-up call, then great, you make us a lot of money. That's where the MLB's kind of torn, is how much money he makes them.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's what I said from the start, too. I was like, obviously they're not going to investigate him because they don't want to lose the face of baseball. But if this turns into a Pete Rose situation 2.0, then they're really fucked. Because I would say Shohei Ohtani is 50 times the player Pete Rose was, especially for the face of baseball. Right. And you suspended and have blackballed everything having to do with Pete Rose. And if you just don't do anything with Shohei, that's kind of a real bad look. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. But personally, I think Shohei definitely had a hand in this. Whether he was actually gambling or if he just knew about it and paid off the money.
And then realized, oh, I got to
Yeah.
take that one back. A lot of great memes have come from this, though. I saw one today, and it was like a TikTok video, and it's like the interpreter. And he's like, "Yo, Shohei, you wanna do some gambling tonight?" And Shohei's drunk. He's like, "Oh, absolutely." He says, "What do we got?" And he goes, "We got the over." He said, "You want any change on this?" And he goes, "Is it a lock?" And the interpreter goes, "Oh yeah, it's a lock. It's going way over." And Ohtani goes, "All right, yep, hammer it." And then he turns around. And he goes, "Yeah, throw 4.5 mil on the over." And he comes back, and he goes, Fuck. Shohei's like, what happened? And he goes, it didn't hit. The bet didn't hit. And Shohei goes, what bet? And then in comes the FBI.
I saw.
So fucking funny.
Let me see if I can share this one with you. So it says Bruno Mars and Shohei Ohtani seeing each other at the tables. And it's what's his name? Michael Keaton. And what are their names?
Oh, that's the dude that played Batman. Shit,
Yeah.
what's his name? Christian Bale.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, it's Christian Bale and Michael
And the old guy.
Michael Keaton, Michael King. I don't remember what his name is. Just nodding at each other. For those of you that don't know, Bruno Mars has millions of dollars of gambling debt. So.
No, not just millions of dollars. He owes Vegas $50 million.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I don't even think I could rack that much up if I tried, dude.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's like the craziest chase of all time.
I do
All right,
think that this is interesting. Last thing real quick. I do think this is going to be interesting to see how it affects the Dodgers for the rest of the year.
I think they'll be just fine. Shohei's going to be just fine. He didn't look good in Korea, though, did he? Didn't he? Well,
no, he looked all right.
He didn't have pop.
It's a lot of drama.
He didn't have pop.
He's got warning strike power, under 38.5 homers.
Yep, WTP, under, for sure. So I'm thinking we skip the connections just because we've kind of gone kind of long, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not super duper proud of it. So after the episode, you and I can do it together so we can get a chuckle out of it, but I don't think it's good content for the episode. So let's start with the grid. You got it up?
I will in a
second. Or do you want me to share screen? I can share screen.
No, I got it.
All right. So here we go. Immaculate grid. We didn't do it last week because I accidentally did it at work, so I skipped today. Across the top, we got Eagles, Bengals, 5,000 career receiving yards. Then going down, we got Jets, Giants, Jags. So I guess let's start with
Jags, Eagles, Gardner Minshew.
Jags, Eagles. Great pull. Oh, we could knock out all these 5,000 yards, but I figured we save those just in case we have to use a receiver for the first two, right?
Yeah, that's probably smart.
Giants, Eagles. Saquon, but not yet.
What's the other Tate? Did the other Tate play for both?
Golden Tate?
Is it Golden?
Golden Tate never played for the Eagles.
Okay.
Man, I got nothing here. I'm going to be real with you. There's got to be a backup. I think, did Josh McCown play for the Eagles? Oh. Fitzpatrick played for the Jets, right? Or no?
Yes.
I'm not confident enough. Are you?
Do you want to go Eagles?
I know he played for the Bengals, but I think it's...
I was going to say, Bengals, Jets, yeah.
No, he never... I don't think he played for the Jets.
Fitzpatrick did, 100%.
All right, Bengals, Jets then. He didn't play for the Eagles.
Yep.
Okay, good. You made me nervous with that one. All right. I think... I don't know if Josh McCown ever went to the Eagles, though. Let's see. Quarterbacks. Did McNabb go? No. Running back.
Michael Vick, Eagles, Jets.
Bang. Good pull. That's still going to be like 75%, though.
100%.
Oh, it's only 30.
Oh.
Good pull, though. All right.
I feel like Eagles, Giants, there's like a big... He was either a defensive lineman...
Well, JPP went to... No, he went to the Bucks.
Are we sure JPP didn't play for the Eagles?
I'm like 98% sure.
Yeah. So am I.
Special teams, special players. Bengals, Jags. There's got to be something there. Bengals, Jags. Mohamed Sanu? No. Marvin Jones. No. Yeah, Marvin Jones. Bengals, Jags. Marvin Jones.
If you,
Bang.
yeah, I don't remember him playing for the Bengals, but
He started with the Bengals, then he came to Detroit, and then he
Okay.
went to the Jags.
I was gonna say I don't remember that.
Dude, here's a problem, though. Who's had 5,000 receiving yards for the Jags? That was my guess for there. But I don't think Calvin Ridley has 5 yet. I'm not putting Ridley in. I'm not confident enough to do it. Because he missed 2 years. Or maybe a year.
Does it have to be done with them?
No, it's
No.
just career.
Why do I want to say Andre Johnson went to the Jags at the end of his career?
Nah, there's got to be somebody else that's major. What about tight ends? You think Engram's got 5,000? No. Who was Bortles throwing to?
Great question.
Shit. We should have saved Marvin Jones for
Do you want me to look up that roster?
Jones got 5. No, that's not fair.
Okay.
Let's just leave that for now. All right, Giants, 5,000 receiving yards, Odell.
Yep.
And then 5,000 receiving yards, Jets.
T.O.
Ooh. I don't think
Wait.
T.O. played for the Jets.
Randy
Eric
Moss.
Decker had to have 5,000, right? Randy Moss didn't play for the Jets either. Eric Decker had to have 5,000, right? Hang on, don't put it, though. Who else can we think of? Jets, 5,000 yards.
Did Wes Welker ever get to the Jets?
Nope. Wes Welker was Patriots, Broncos. Jets, 5,000 yards.
Ooh.
Jamison Crowder's probably got a lot of yards. He's been around for a long time.
I'm pretty sure Demaryius Thomas ended up playing a year with the Jets.
He died
Do
too
we?
soon. I'm putting Jamison Crowder. Boom! Fuck! It's not Jamison Crowder.
Okay, I'm gonna try Demaryius Thomas.
All right. That's probably going to work, too.
If I can find him, Demaryius Thomas. Bang! 0.9%.
Eric Decker worked, too, at 6%. God damn it.
All right.
I still don't think we're going to get some. Well, I can be our safety guesses then, I guess. I don't think we're going to get these middle two with the Giants. I have got nothing there. Giants, Eagles. Running backs. Saquon next year. That's how it always goes. Oh, next year, Saquon will work.
I feel like I have a name, but I don't have it on my tongue.
Should we come back? We can do
Yeah.
your top 10 real quick. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So today, you've got the top 10 passing yards leaders in 2012. 2012.
Top 10 passing yards 2012.
Yep.
Okay. Well, Aaron Rodgers won an MVP that year.
Yep, he's at number 8.
Okay. Andrew Luck.
Yep, he's at number 7. There's a name on this list. I would kill myself if you guessed the name on this list that I'm thinking of. That's how confident I am you will not get it because I forgot he was even in the league.
Peyton Manning.
Yep, he's number 6. Look at you working your way up.
Tom Brady.
Yep, number 4.
Ooh, I missed number 5. Darn.
Yep.
Okay, let's
Number 5
see.
you could have got too for sure. No X's yet.
2012. Big Ben.
That is your first X.
Ooh.
I think he got hurt that year.
I thought that was the year we played him in the Super Bowl. No, that was 11.
Yep.
Oh, let's see. Okay. So we got Packers. Vikings would have been I don't even know who would have been quarterback for the Vikings at that point. Bears would have been Cutler. Lions, Matt Stafford.
Is that a guess or a think?
I'm debating if I want to use it yet.
Okay.
We'll come back. Let's see. NFC East, Cowboys, Tony Romo. That's a bad guess.
Are you guessing it or
No.
thinking? I need final
No,
answer.
I'm not. No, I'm not
All right,
guessing
so
now.
say final answer when you're
No, I
making a
know.
guess, all right? There we go. I don't want to give anything away by, just giving it to you, but you didn't formally think it.
No. Giants. No. Kirk Cousins. Final answer.
That is your second X.
I thought maybe that was the
Believe he
year he
may
was
have
really
still
good with
been
the
at- I think
Commanders.
he still may have been at Michigan State at that point.
Really?
I think so. I think he got drafted in the 13 draft. Because when did RG3 get drafted?
I thought RG3 was like 2010, which means they would have been.
No, here we go. I'm pulling it up.
Because he was on
Kirk
the cover
Cousins,
of 08.
2012. 2012 was his rookie
Okay.
year.
Okay, so my years were off there a little. Let's see.
Yep, and he only played 3 games that year because obviously RG3 did.
NFC West. Rams. No.
I might give you a
Seahawks.
hint here.
Russell Wilson.
That's not your final guess. I'm not letting you do that.
Oh,
I'm giving you a hint.
well, I haven't really hit any of the AFC
The
teams.
final, the remaining players are all NFC.
Really?
Yep, and Russell Wilson is not one of them. So I gave you a free X.
Okay. Let's see. Who would have been 2012 49ers? Colin. Do I want to use that? Fuck it. Colin Kaepernick.
That's your final X, dude.
Jesus.
You got to trust your gut. Let's go back. Matthew Stafford, second. And then who was the other one? You said, "Oh, that's a bad guess." Nope, Tony Romo, third. And then I thought once I told you NFC, you would have said, "Oh, who threw a lot in the NFC?" And you would have said, "Oh, Drew Brees used to throw a lot."
Oh, fuck. I completely skipped over the NFC South.
Yep. And then guess what? Also in the NFC South, Matt Ryan. And then number 10, Carson Palmer.
That was honestly my next guess because I said Cardinals and I was like, who's the quarterback?
Number 9
there?
is the name. If you would have said this, I would have had to kill myself, I guess. Josh Freeman with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Crazy.
Who?
You don't remember him? He turned
No.
after that year. He turned into a journeyman backup. But that might be our most pathetic performance on here for top 10. So thanks for that.
Yeah, that was bad.
So let's go back then and let's tackle this grid and then move on to roulette and send them on their way, eh? Oh,
Yeah.
I still have nothing for this roulette. Sometimes when we're talking about the top 10, this helps, but it didn't this time. So I'm going to just throw something out for 5,000 Jaguars. I'm not doing Ridley. I'm like fairly confident he doesn't have 5.
Okay.
Christian Kirk, though? No? How long's he been in the league? Not long.
Not that long.
Christian Kirk's been in the league for 5 years. Nope. Mercedes Lewis.
Yeah, definitely.
Did he play with the Jags?
Yeah.
How do you spell? Yeah, Mercedes. Bang. Good pull. Good pull. All right. Good pull there. God, I got nothing for. Oh, Giants Bengals. There's a cornerback, Eli Apple,
Yep.
and then I just
pull
gotta
there.
let you get that third one because I had that wrong guess. So you're on your own for Giants and Eagles. Well, the top answer you'll never get. I'll tell you that. I'm gonna go look and see who else is there. Oops. There's a lot. Let's see if you'll know any of them. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead
played
and
for the
save you some time.
Eagles. It's just whether he played for the Giants.
Oh.
I don't think he did.
Okay, you could get it if you think.
Can I get a position or a year?
I will give you side of the ball offense.
Well, I mean,
So that
that's
narrows it
really
down
only
to-
I was thinking about, but yeah.
Okay. All right.
I
I'm
rarely
looking through
think
the rest of
defense
the
on
names.
these. It's just too hard.
Yeah. I'll give you a hint, but it might give it away. But I kind of feel bad. You threw this name out there, and I shot it down. He's thinking, folks. Let me commentate. And there's really only... Yeah, there's one name that you'll get. The rest you won't. He played 8 games with the Eagles in 2018, and he played 23 games with the Giants from 19 to 20.
Well, it's not Peppers then. Is it Peppers? I'm going to throw Peppers in there. Nope.
Who, Julius or Jabril?
Oh, was it Jabril?
No, it was Golden Tate.
Damn.
Yeah, that one's my fault.
James Bradbury. I probably could have gotten that, but it would have taken me
No, I didn't even know
forever.
Bradbury played for the Giants.
Oh, that's
So-
where I think of him.
8 of 9. I think of him with the Eagles. All right, 8 of 9 ain't bad, though.
No.
Let's see. Oh, shit. I don't have our casino up for us yet. Let me log into that. All right. It is Austin's
we got,
week, so you
games?
guys know what that means.
Games start Thursday this week?
Opening day, yep. Thursday.
Well, no, I was talking March Madness,
got it.
but yeah.
Oh, yeah, Thursday. I got a deposit bonus. Hey! I'm going to have to cash that boy away when we finish this recording.
Well, so once we win, withdraw our winnings, and then just redeposit it, and then take out whatever you need for the winnings to send to me.
I think I'm just going to put in my own money to get my bonus.
I mean, that works too, but I was just thinking so you didn't have to put in any money.
Oh, I mean, I've got it. I'm not worried about it.
I didn't know how badly this weekend hit you, so.
No, like I said, I did just fine. I'm not down bad. All right, so we got to do our repeater, right?
Yeah.
Instead of 8 there.
Oh yeah, 8 was extra.
I'm going to miss this one. I didn't feel confident with enough time there.
Ooh, 4 lightning numbers.
Damn it. Only one of
None
them.
of them are
Man, don't be.
ours.
Oh yeah, we don't do 7. I play 7. Dude, the casino we were at, they got rid of their roulette tables.
Really?
Oh, don't hit 0. Okay, good. Good miss there.
32's the extra.
32 on the repeat. Yep. 0, 2, 3, 9, 13, 22, 23, 24, 30, and 32. I got to say, I got a good feeling about this one. Something about having that 32 on the end there as an anchor feels really nice. Now give us a lightning. When is the last
Give us
time we hit a
lot of
lightning number?
lightnings. It's been a long
Yeah.
time.
Give me 5. Okay, 4.
4,
0.
0.
Nice. And 23. 500x on 0. Oh, come on, 0. 500x on 0, 200x on 23 one time. It's neither of them. It's 33. Oh, my God, dude. That was just way too exciting for no reason. Can you imagine 500x, 500 bucks
spin.
each? That was quick. $500 each, dude.
Damn
Woo,
it.
that would have been nice. That's the first time you haven't hit for your week in how long?
I think like 4 or 5 times.
Let's see. Oh, we should have kept track. Kept track. I guess I can just look at my Venmo history. Yeah, it's been a minute since you haven't hit, so.
That reminds me, I don't think I ever pulled my money that you Venmo'd me back for my winnings.
Good, just send me 20 back, then we're all set. Let's wrap this up. Come on. All right.
Okay.
Enjoy some basketball this weekend. We'll be watching. I know that for sure. And have a great weekend. Let's hit some tanks, enjoy some tutties, and we'll see you next week.
Opening day, go Brew Crew. Peace.